Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back, or welcome if you're new here. My name's Maria, and my boyfriend and I decided to paint Bob Ross paintings, Bob Ross inspired paintings, because we had been watching a lot of his videos. So I went ahead and started with a rainbow type sky because scientifically, when you look at the sky and the sun is setting, it forms sort of a rainbow. So I thought that'd be cool, and then I just blended it all together so that it could just look more realistic. And then I just went in with my little cheap palette knife from Michaels. Pretty sure I got this in like a pack of brushes for like $5. It was a really good deal. And then I just went in with another cheap brush that I got at Walmart, I'm pretty sure. And I just tried to form the fog with it. And then I went in the mountains in the back are just like background mountains, so they're just kind of they're not going to have as much detail as these ones that I'm doing right now. So you just put a bit of paint, a thickish amount of paint, if that's a word, on your palette knife, and then you just kind of scrape it on there like a triangle. It's pretty simple. I'm sure if you guys watched a Bob Ross video before, you'd understand. It's really simple. And then I just blended the bottom in again, and then I went in with my actual metal palette knife. This one, it didn't cost much still, but it's a pretty good palette knife. And I got some white, and I'm pretty sure I added a tiny bit of brown to it. And I just went in on the right side of every mountain, and I formed like a snowy-ish peak just to give it some color, some texture. I don't think I was trying to do snow in this one. I was more trying to do just normal mountains, and then I just went in on the left side with another brush to just make sure that I didn't get too much of the right side on the left side, if that makes any sense at all. And I just went on the bottom and made a line because I wanted to form the trees, but that didn't work. So I went in with my palette knife and I put a thick amount, and I went in with my fan brush, and then that started to work, just to form a background of trees. And then I formed the shadow by just mimicking kind of what I did with the top part. And then I went in, and you have to go in from left and from right. Don't go in from the middle if you want to form a nice look to your water. And then I went in with a white because I kind of messed up my water, and I was supposed to do the water in the very beginning anyway. That's how Bob Ross tells you to do it, but I obviously messed up. So I went back and I tried to form my shadow again. I'm just forming the shadow once more, and then I blend it all again. This is just the shadow of the trees on the lake. And then I go in with my palette knife and I add a very thin white line to divide the water from the forest. And then I go in with my fan brush and I form a pine tree. I think that's what these are called. They're like the Christmas type trees. Correct me if you want. And I just go in, I'm pretty sure I'm just going in with a black and a blue. Probably phthalo blue. And I'm just kind of going back and forth with the fan brush, trying to form the bristles of the trees. This part is a bit tricky. You have to make sure you don't just form one big tree, and you have to make sure you add enough highlights and colors. Like right now I was going in with the lighter green, and then I went in with a darker green, and then I went back in with a black, just to add a lot of highlight to the trees so that they don't just blend all together and form one big fat tree. You don't want that. You want it to look like individual trees. And then at the bottom I wanted to do a little swamp-ish type green area, and so I went in with a brown as the very base, and then I went in with the light green, and then just to add more highlights I added a darker green on the top. Pretty sure it's phthalo green. And then I just decided to I just kept going in, and in this area I wasn't more brushing, I was more stippling. So I was pushing my brush against the grass so that it could form more of a textured look. And then right there where I was adding detail, I was just adding a bit of brown to the surroundings so that you can tell that it's coming off of its land and not part of the water. And then I'm just going back into my mountains with black and just adding a bit more highlight, a bit more of the black, just to make the left side have its own dimension and just have the right side stand out more with the white. And so right here I'm adding a little bit more black to the left sides again, just like I said, to make the right side stand out. And then I'm pretty sure I go in with a little more white, just because I wasn't satisfied. You can kind of mess with the mountains as much as you want, really, because if you mess up, you can just go over it again. So yeah, I just keep messing with them, and like I said, just try to get them to your liking. I just keep adding more black and more white, just to add more highlights to the right side, and more black to the left side, just to add more of the contrast of where the shadows are. This part for me felt like it was just taking forever, and then I just go back in with a thicker brush and I try to add that fog back into the bottom of the mountains. And then I just try to clean up all around it, honestly, just because I thought I messed up some areas of the rainbowish sky. So I'm just going back in, cleaning all that up, making sure that everything's blended and everything's the color that it's supposed to be. And then of course I like painting all around, because I don't like my canvas just being all white from the sides. I think it looks kind of messy. So I just made sure I went all around on the sides, and I'm pretty much done. And this is the final result. I hope you guys like it. And if you did, make sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe down below. I'm still trying to come up with new video ideas, so hopefully I'll come out with one shortly. And until then, you guys have a great day. Bye bye.